Your 30s hit like a freight train. Society expects you to buckle down, conform, and trade your fire for a picket fence. But you're not here to settle, you're here to ignite. This is the decade where you sharpen your edge, harness your solitude, and become a force no one can tame. Welcome to Sigma Male Community, where we don't bow to the script, we rewrite it. We're not about chasing the herd or begging for approval. We're about forging paths that resonate with the raw, unfiltered strength inside you. Today we're tearing into how you, as a Sigma male, can master your 30s, balancing the fierce independence that defines you with the strategic connections that amplify your power. Buckle up, this is no ordinary ride. 1. The unseen compass, intrinsic purpose over external noise. Forget chasing applause or climbing ladders built by someone else's hands. Those are traps for the weak. As a Sigma male, your drive roars from within, a blazing furnace of purpose that answers to no one but you. It's not about flashing your worth to the world, it's about chasing a mission so personal, so visceral, that it keeps you awake at night. Obstacles? They're just rocks on your path. Step over them, around them, through them, because your eyes are locked on a horizon no one else can see. This inner compass, forged in the quiet of your own mind, gives you a resilience that's damn near unbreakable. People might stare, might whisper, might even follow, but you don't need their cheers. Your certainty, your silent resolve, it's a beacon they can't resist, and it's all yours. This isn't chaos or arrogance. It's a deliberate choice to live by your own code. You've learned that the world's noise, its praise, its judgments, fades like smoke, but the clarity of your purpose cuts through it all. It's the kind of strength that doesn't shout. It simply exists, steady and unyielding. In your 30s, when everyone else is scrambling to fit in, you're carving out a legacy that's yours alone. Every step you take is measured against an internal standard, not some hollow external applause. That's the Sigma way, a life built on reason, fueled by vision, and answerable only to the man in the mirror. You're not here to impress, you're here to ascend. 2. The quiet cartographer, mastering emotional landscapes. Your power isn't in throwing punches or barking orders. It's in mapping the wild terrain of emotions with a predator's precision. You're the quiet cartographer, tracing the rivers of feeling that run through you and everyone around you, seeing what others miss. This isn't weakness or sentimentality, it's a calculated strength that lets you move through life like a ghost, observing, understanding, striking when the moment's right. You hear the words people don't say, catch the flickers in their eyes, and turn that insight into trust deeper than most will ever know. Where others clash and conquer, you connect, revealing common ground they didn't even know existed. That's not soft, it's surgical. This mastery comes from knowing what you can control and letting go of the rest. You don't drown in the chaos of feelings. You navigate it, calm and deliberate, choosing your moves with a clarity that cuts through the storm. In your 30s, when relationships and rivalries get messy, this skill is your blade. You don't need to dominate the room, you own it by understanding it. People lean in because they feel heard, not manipulated, and that's where your real power lies, turning fleeting emotions into lasting alliances, all while staying rooted in your own unshakable center. You're not just surviving the human game, you're rewriting the rules. 3. The pressure-forged adaptor, thriving in the crucible of change. While the world clutches at stability like a lifeline, you dance in the chaos, because chaos is where you're forged. Uncertainty isn't your enemy, it's your clay, your battlefield, your proving ground. You've got a flexibility that bends without breaking, a mind that pivots faster than most can blink, turning every twist into a chance to strike gold. This isn't panic or desperation, it's a cool-headed alchemy that thrives where others crumble. When the storm hits, you're not the one hiding, you're the one steering through it, finding paths no one else dares to see. That's why you're the anchor, not because you're rigid, but because you ride the waves like you were born for it. In your 30s, change isn't just a possibility, it's a constant. Jobs shift, plans collapse, people come and go, but you're the one still standing, unshaken, because you've trained yourself to see the opportunity in the wreckage. It's not about resisting the tide, it's about using it to sharpen your edge. You know that nothing lasts forever, and that's your strength. Adapting with a purpose, evolving with a plan. The world might call it pressure, but you call it fuel. Every crack, every shift, is just another chance to prove what you're made of, and you're made of iron. 4. The architect of unconventional victory, redefining success. The beaten path? It's a cage for sheep, you're not here to follow it. You're the architect, sketching your own blueprint with ink that bleeds innovation and truth. Forget the cookie-cutter goals society shoves down everyone's throat. You build your victories with raw creativity and a vision that's yours alone. This isn't some punk rebellion, it's a fierce alignment with what drives you, what keeps your blood pumping. You don't measure success by paychecks or applause. You measure it by the fire in your gut and the integrity of your grind. Others might watch, might mimic, but they'll never match the original, because you're not playing their game. Your 30s are when this defiance hits its stride. While the herd chases titles and trophies, you're crafting a life that answers to no one but you. It's not about rejecting the world, it's about redefining it on your terms, building something that lasts because it's real. You find joy in the process, in the quiet wins no one else sees, because your compass doesn't point to their north. This is success stripped bare, unapologetic, self-made, and untouchable. You're not just winning, you're rewriting what victory means, and that's a legacy they can't steal. 5. The Sovereign of Solitude, where power is reforged. Crowds sap your soul, solitude lights it up. This isn't about hiding, it's about ruling your own kingdom where the noise fades and your strength takes root. Alone you're not lost, you're found, piecing together thoughts, sharpening your vision, recharging the energy that makes you a force. The stillness isn't empty, it's electric, a forge where your mind cuts through the clutter and your spirit hardens into steel. You can step into the fray when you need to, but it's the retreat, the deliberate silence that makes you lethal. This is where you reign supreme, unbowed and unbroken. In your 30s, when the world demands you perform, solitude becomes your rebellion and your refuge. It's where you sift through the chaos of the day and find the signal in the noise, emerging clearer, stronger, more yourself. You don't need the crowd's validation. Your power grows in the quiet where no one can touch you. This isn't running away, it's running toward what matters. Every moment alone is a brick in the fortress of your independence, a reminder that you're not here to bend, you're here to stand tall, forged anew in the fire of your own company. Think solitude's your ultimate weapon? Damn right it is. But here's the twist that'll make or break you. Lock yourself away too long and that fortress turns into a cage. True strength isn't just thriving alone. It's knowing when to step into the fray and connect with razor-sharp intent. Your independence is your blade, but picking the right alliances? That's the strategy that wins empires. Don't get so drunk on your own path that you miss the power of a well-timed handshake. Your 30s aren't for hiding, they're for mastering the dance between standing solo and linking up when it counts. This is your evolution, Sigma. You've got the grit to walk alone, but the wisdom to know when a bridge is worth building. It's not about selling out, it's about amplifying your reach with moves so calculated, they'd make a chess master sweat. The world's waiting to test you and you're ready, not because you need it but because you choose it. Lean into this crossroads and you'll come out not just unbreakable but unstoppable. The choice is yours and you've got the guts to make it right. 6. The Keen Observer, decoding the unspoken script. While everyone else is shouting their lines, you're in the shadows, reading the play no one else sees. You catch the twitch of a lip, the pause before a lie, the dance of power in a room full of noise. This isn't detachment, it's a hunter's focus, picking apart the unspoken script with a mind that never sleeps. You see the currents beneath the surface, the motives dressed up as small talk, and that gives you an edge sharper than any blade. It's not about joining the game. It's about knowing it so well you can rewrite the ending. You don't just watch, you dissect, and that's your power. In your 30s, this gift turns you into a phantom king, present but untouchable, guiding without grabbing the spotlight. You don't need to prove anything. Your silence does the talking, loaded with insight they'll never see coming. It's the kind of awareness that turns a casual chat into a chess move, every observation a step ahead. You're not swayed by the drama, you see through it, past it, to the truth. This isn't paranoia or cynicism, it's clarity honed by years of watching the world spin. You're the observer who owns the room without ever raising his voice. 7. The Gravitational Core, respect earned, not demanded. You don't beg for respect. It orbits you like gravity, pulled in by the weight of who you are. Your skill, your steel spine, your quiet consistency, they build a presence that doesn't need a megaphone. You don't strut or flex. You just do, and that's enough to make people take notice. They're drawn to you not because you demand it, but because they can't help it. Your substance outshines their show. It's a respect that hits harder because it's real, given freely to a man who lives his truth without apology. You're not here to be liked, you're here to be undeniable. This is your 30s in full bloom, a time when your actions have stacked up, when your integrity isn't just talk, it's a track record. You've learned that real authority doesn't come from shouting, it grows from standing firm when the wind howls. People trust you because you've earned it, step by bloody step, not because you've asked for it. It's the kind of pull that doesn't bend to flattery or break under pressure. A core so solid, it draws the right ones in and keeps the rest at bay. You're not a leader by title, you're a force by nature. 8. The Alchemist of Insight, wisdom as a magnetic force. You don't preach from a soapbox, your wisdom slips out in the cracks of conversation, pure and unforced. It's born from scars and late nights, distilled into insights that hit like a quiet thunderbolt. You listen harder than most talk, soaking in the context, then drop a perspective that feels like a key turning in a lock. There's no ego here, just a clear-eyed take that cuts through the bullshit. People don't come to you for orders, they come for the kind of truth that feels like a shared secret, a spark they can carry forward. That's your pull, wisdom without the weight of pride. In your 30s, this alchemy turns you into a magnet for the hungry, the seekers who want more than noise. You've seen enough to know what matters and you share it not to shine but to build, lifting others as you climb. It's not about being right, it's about being real, offering a map through the mess without claiming to own the road. This is where your strength deepens, in the quiet exchange of ideas, in the trust you forge by staying grounded. You're not the loudest voice, but you're the one they remember, the one they seek when the stakes get high. 9. The Unflinching Mirror, embracing fallibility as fuel. Ego's a chain, you cut it loose by owning your screw-ups with a grin and a shrug. Saying I was wrong isn't a gut punch, it's a power move, a middle finger to vanity that sets you free. It takes balls to stare at your flaws and not flinch, to see them as fuel instead of failure. That honesty disarms the room, turns enemies into allies, and builds a trust thicker than steel. People don't respect perfection, they respect the guy who's real enough to admit he's not. You're not hiding, you're growing, and that's what makes you untouchable. Your 30s sharpen this edge when the world's too fast for facades. You've stumbled enough to know that every fall's a lesson, every misstep a map to something better. It's not about being flawless, it's about being fearless, owning the cracks and using them to build something stronger. This isn't weakness, it's a warrior's humility, a nod to the truth that growth trumps pride every time. People lean in because they see it. A man secure enough to ditch the mask and keep moving forward. That's the fire that fuels your rise. 10. The Eternal Student, curiosity as the engine of evolution. Your mind's a beast that never sleeps, always hunting, always digging, always craving the next discovery. Knowledge isn't a badge for you, it's a drug, a rush that keeps you sharp and alive. You tear into ideas like a wolf on a kill, ripping apart assumptions, chasing the unknown just because it's there. This isn't about looking smart, it's about staying hungry, keeping your edge fresh in a world that loves to dull it. You evolve not because you have to, but because you can't stop. That's the engine that drives you, a curiosity that burns brighter with every answer it finds. In your 30s, this hunger is your lifeline. While others coast on what they know, you're out there exploring, adapting, rewriting your own playbook. It's what keeps you ahead, new skills, new angles, new ways to cut through the noise. You don't cling to old truths, you test them, break them, build better ones. This isn't schoolboy trivia, it's a warrior's quest for mastery, a refusal to stagnate when the world's spinning fast. You're not just learning, you're becoming, and that's why you'll never fade. 11. The Prism of Equality, seeing the human essence. Titles, wealth, rank, there's smoke and mirrors and you see right through them. You lock eyes with the CEO and the janitor with the same steady gaze, measuring them by their grit, not their glitter. Status is a game for suckers. You deal in character, in the raw human spark that levels the field. This isn't charity, it's a clear-eyed truth that cuts past the bullshit and finds the real. People feel it when you're near. No masks, no games, just a respect that hits like a handshake. That's how you build bonds that don't break, by seeing what's worth seeing. Your 30s cement this as your superpower. While others scramble for clout, you're forging connections that matter, deep, real, unshakable. It's not about who they are on paper, it's about who they are when the lights go out. This lens strips away the noise, leaving only what's true, and that's where your strength lies. In the loyalty you earn by giving a damn about the human, not the hierarchy. You don't climb ladders, you build bridges, and that's a mastery no one can touch. Growing alone and unstoppable isn't a slogan. It's your battle cry, a vow to forge an inner strength so fierce you can face the world without flinching. Your 30s aren't a finish line, they're a launch pad, a chance to own your solitude and wield your connections like a blade. You're not here to drift, you're here to dominate, to carve a path so bold it echoes. This is Sigma Male Community, and we're your brothers in the fight for growth, independence, and raw, unshakable excellence. Join us. Don't just sit there. Move. Reflect on this, live it, let it burn in your veins, and watch how it rewires your game. If you're already in, smash that notification bell so you never miss a strike from us. Like this, comment your thoughts. Hell, share it with a man who needs to wake up and own his power. We're not building viewers, we're building a legion of Sigma males who refuse to bow. Stay fierce, stay free, and keep climbing. Until next time, this is Sigma Male Community out.